Alright everybody, so I already reviewed the House of a Thousand Corpses, because I had a Patron review for it, and he said, I want you to do the whole trilogy. So this month I will be discussing The Devil's Rejects, and next month, unless my patron decides to change his mind, I will be reviewing Three from Hell, and which I've only seen once, and I did not like it. It was fine at best, but meh. You know what's funny is, I saw this in House of a Thousand Corpses about a year ago for the first time, and if you watched my other review, I said that the first time I did not like House, like, almost at all, and then the second time when I went to review it, I really enjoyed it. Whereas on the flip side, you know, like, with this one, the first time I watched it, because I hated that one so much, I guess I really liked, you know, this one a lot. This time, however, I feel like it went down, where it's just like, now I'm not sure if I prefer this one over House of a Thousand Corpses, or if I don't know, like, they're both so different. Like, the first one, you know, they have, like, the Dr. Satan thing, and it's just so insane. It takes place on Halloween, so it's got some Halloween atmosphere to it. This one's just gritty and hot and nasty the whole time, and it's very vulgar. It's even more Rob Zombie than the last one, if that's possible. And yeah, it's fine. Like, I don't think these are great movies. I'm just not a huge Rob Zombie fan. All right, I'll say it right now. But if you like it, I can understand, because it is entertaining at times. It goes for it. It doesn't apologize. It's very vulgar and nasty. Some of the teeth grossed the fuck out of me. Like, Captain Spaulding, it seems like his teeth got worse from the first movie to this one, and he's like banging like 400-pound chicks. Like I said, it's just trying so hard to be as vile and disgusting as it can, and while only holding on to little elements of the first movie, which kind of bugged me. Let's get into the things that I like about this movie. First up, William Forsythe, his character, the Sheriff Wydell, he is easily the best part of this movie. I love his just absolute brutal, like, torture at the end that he does on them. It's so cathartic, because these characters that we're following, which are the antagonists this time as opposed to random protagonists like in the first one, they're assholes, and when he's torturing them towards the end, it's very cathartic. But unfortunately, they live still. They somehow managed to escape, which is not a spoiler because there's a third movie, so you know they're not going to die. But yeah, I love his character. Just love how mean he is, and is such a badass. And I love that this movie focuses on the antagonist as opposed to focusing on a group of random victims like in the first movie, because Rob Zombie, he's not very good at writing relatable, great protagonists that you can get behind or root for. I didn't give a shit about anybody in that first movie. I just liked the evil family, and now we get to focus on them this whole movie instead, which was a great decision. I like the horror alumni we get in here, which comes with every Rob Zombie movie. We always get all kinds of familiar faces. We got Michael Berryman, we got Ken Foree, we got Captain Spaulding, played by Sid Haig, you got Bill Moseley once again, and his wife, who I think is now Sheri Moon Zombie. She was just Sheri Moon in the first one. Now she's Sheri Moon Zombie. And I will say their characters feel quite different from the last one. But that just goes again towards the continuity that they just completely said fuck it to. Because there is no Dr. Satan. There is no Cenobite looking dude. They don't address that hole in the ground. What the hell's going on down there in this movie? And there's missing family members, like the grandpa or the dad. He's gone. Maybe even somebody else. Tiny, who's not tiny at all. He looks a little bit different. So, yeah, that kind of irked me a little bit, because you know how much of a continuity guy I am. It's like, so you're just going to ignore that shit? So, like, what were they doing? They were, like, sacrificing people and setting up bonfires. Now that's just all gone. Not going to talk about it. But yeah, outside of that, that's really all the things I liked about this movie, was just watching William Forsythe capture them, kick the shit out of them, make them his bitch, and seeing some horror alumni. That's really all I liked. Bill Moseley has some funny moments, and I really liked his character. He has some pretty good dialogue here and there. Now getting into the little things I don't like about this movie. I already talked about the continuity, but I also don't like Rob Zombie's style here. Is the camera work in this movie, the shaky cam drove me nuts. And there's a shit ton of close-ups. Like, the camera is in everyone's face the entire movie. It's like, dude, learn to pull back some. Get some medium shots for once. Everything's just all the way up in people's faces. And just shake, shake, shake. It's like, stand still. And the mother in this movie, replaced, I think it was like Karen Black or someone. She got replaced in this one because I think the other chick wanted more money or something. But whoever they replaced her with in this film is awful. Like, she needs to dial that back down. Like, tone it down. Rob Zombie just said, do whatever you want. Go completely hammy with this awful dialogue. Like, when she's in that cell or interrogation room, like, her performance there is so over the top. Am I alone on that? I can't be. I mean, I get it. She's crazy. She's part of a fucked up family. But she oversells it. It's like, bring that back down. I like how all the women in this movie have great smiles, like Baby, the mom, but every guy in this movie looks like they've only been eating candy and they've never brushed a day in their life. It's like, okay, like, the women in this family have good dental hygiene. They have dental insurance, but the guys are just like, fuck that. Nope, not brushing my teeth. And I will say, Baby is not as entertaining in this one. I thought that she was different. Like, she's not as, playful and, like, airheaded as she is in the first one. Like, she seems like a whole different person. Like, she's still crazy, but now she's good at throwing knives. And, yeah, I don't know. She just wasn't as funny to me as she was in the first one. So that was a bit disappointing. But final thoughts. I think if you're a Rob Zombie fan and you really like The House of a Thousand Corpses, I think you'll really like this one. This is a fan favorite. Everyone seems to blow this movie. So, not going to say that this is terrible or anything. It is entertaining at times. It has a good pace. PJ Souls, forgot about her. She has a little cameo in here too. And I wish she would have said, like, totally. They should have threw that in there somehow. Somehow. Just throw it in there. But it's fine. Like, it's fine. It's very gritty. It's very nasty. It's got some brutal moments, and I really like the revenge plot in it. So when it comes to The Devil's Rejects, give it a watch, borrow it from a friend, stream it, or rent it at Redbox. Now let's get into the spoilers. Kane Hodder was a stunt coordinator. I forgot to mention that, which is funny because as I was watching the movie, I was like thinking about all the horror alumni. I was like, man, they should have thrown like Kane Hodder in here while they were at it. And then credits start rolling. Kane Hodder, stunt coordinator. I was like, fuck, yeah, he was in the movie, technically. I wonder what stunt he did. And so, this movie opens up with Tiny, and he's very fucking tall. Like, he is like 7'6", and this actor died. This actor had like Guinness World Records for like all kinds of shit. Like, he's the tallest actor, tallest everything. Like, longest toe, like, he had every record. But Tiny, he's wearing a sack now, so he's like Sackhead Jason. And there's a shootout kind of in this whole opening here. Reminded me very much of Texas Chainsaw 3D. It's the same opening. Cops come, like, come on out, and they all start like gunning, like, gearing up, getting ready for the showdown, and they all start getting like shot at. And I like that they all had like protective like metal gear, like they were prepared for this shit. They knew this day was coming. And I like how they shot like all kinds of ammunition into the house for like 2 minutes straight, and then they're like, all right, let's throw the gas in now. It's like, that should have been step one. Like, when they wouldn't come out, throw the gas in there, try to gas them out, and then walk in and start shooting their asses. Why use gas like 5 minutes later? It just felt silly. Is that police procedure? Shoot all your ammo first and then start throwing gas? That just seems idiotic. And then this poor old woman just gets killed in the middle of the road. It was so unnecessary. Like, these are assholes. Like, these aren't characters that we're rooting for. Like, these antagonists that we get, that we're following the whole movie. Like, you're just waiting for them to meet their end. And they do in this movie, but then 3 comes along, is like, fuck that. They lived through that. Bullshit. Bullshit. The end of this movie, let's just jump ahead right now, because I want to talk about it. There's no fucking way they lived. I watched it. It's in slow motion, so it's not like I didn't get a good look at it where the bullets were landing. Like Captain Spaulding gets one like right here. And then I think Baby got one like right here in her throat. So it's like bullshit. They're dead. They did not live. I don't care what the fuck you say. I don't care what explanation they try to give you in the opening of 3 from Hell. I saw it a long time ago, and I think they do address it. They're like, they all got shot like 15 times each. It's like, yeah, exactly. How the fuck are they still walking? They're like all 50 Cent in that damn car, just getting shot even more than 50 Cent. They make 50 Cent look like he got like a scratch on his fucking face. Like he just needed a Band-Aid. Like they got the real thing. 50 Cent ain't got nothing on them. They got shot 40 times, it looked like. So they're dead. I don't care what part 3 says. So, yeah, they kill this old woman right in the middle of the road. Like she's playing dead like a possum. And then she walks up, stab her. And this is like during the opening credits too. And then we meet Ken Foree and Michael Berryman. And there's even a little cameo from Daniel Roebuck, who would be in Halloween and Halloween 2 as the strip club owner. The roses and red, rabbit and red. Rabbit red. Something like that. Yeah. Then we got like a comic book transition. So again, like Rob Zombie's trying to be like all creative and, you know, different. Like, let's do a comic book transition. It's like, this ain't no fucking comic book. And we meet this band of morons, this banjo band. And what are they talking about? They're talking about topless women with big old titties on mechanical bulls. That's what they're talking about. Because why not? Then we see PJ Souls, and she gets clocked. Like, punched out cold, totally knocked out. And then we get this whole hotel room scene where you got, you know, Otis and Baby. You got these guys at gunpoint. They take this one guy in and blow his brains out right away. Thank God. I thought his acting was horrible. Was he supposed to be acting that way? Like, he was just a fucking robot with his dialogue, his line delivery. I couldn't stand that guy. I'm glad he got it right in the fucking face. And then, you know, they're toying with them, and the one guy is forced to like watch his wife get molested basically right in front of him. He's sticking the gun right in her like crotch. It's just going for it. I like that when Otis takes the guys to basically make them dig their own graves. I like that they fight back. You know, I like that they at least attempt it. I mean, not the old guy, the other guy who's the rapist in Halloween. He actually tries to fight back, but it doesn't really work out too well for him. He gets shot right in the throat, and the other guy just gets beat to death with a stick, which would happen again in Halloween when Michael's a kid. He says the line like, I am the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's work, which doesn't really make sense. Wait, you're the devil, but you're doing the devil's work? So you're speaking in third person? Is that what you're doing? Like, I am Mr. Hat, and I'm here to do Mr. Hat's reviews. It's like, it doesn't make sense. And then Baby throws a knife at this chick who deserves it, because why the fuck wouldn't you pull the trigger right away? Like, the gun has no ammo, which to me was obvious. Like, why would Baby have her back turned to the chick when there's a gun right there? Like, you should know that it's empty. But she doesn't even attempt to pull the trigger at all until she's got a knife in her heart. She's just such an idiot. And you don't need to turn your head away to talk to a chick in a bathroom with the door closed. Like, baby, it's okay, come out. Like, why would you take your eyes off of the person in front of you at all? It's so stupid. And then she gets the knife right in front of her, like right in her heart. It looks like it was like CGI, like the knife too, at first. I don't know. It looked pretty fake. So yeah, that kill just irked me. It was like, you're such an idiot. It happens in too many movies, and it's lazy. It's just like, nobody would do that. Like, as soon as you finally, like, think you have the upper hand and you got the weapon, why would you even play that game at all? Like, freeze! Person who was more than likely going to kill me, just shoot the fucking gun. Anyways, this shit just bugs me. But I love when, like, Baby's like, go ahead, shoot me, shoot my ass. She's like, smacking her ass, like, go ahead, shoot, pull the trigger, I dare you. And I like that Otis is wearing the other guy's face. That's a little element brought back from the first one. And kind of like in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, this woman is forced to wear the face of her boyfriend. And when the house lady finds her, she's like attacking her and not using words. And then runs out into the road to get killed. Like the guy in Bride of Chucky. And it was like all one take, so I was impressed with that. I'm not sure how they did that. Obviously, they had to do some kind of green screen effect. I don't know. They looked real. It looked pretty good. But, really? You wouldn't take the mask off? It wasn't like stapled to her fucking head. Why was the mask on her face at all? Like, they're gone. They left her in there. For what reason? It's not like they knew that she was going to be an idiot and get herself killed. It doesn't seem like something they would do. Leave somebody alive. It's just silly. But yeah, like, you wouldn't take the face off of your face? That wouldn't be the first thought to cross your mind? And did they really buy ice cream? I know it's a dumb question, but there's a scene, and it has a joke that's in so many movies. It's the whole, like, I'm never gonna do that. Hard cut, they're doing it. You know, it's kind of like the Rambo franchise. Like, I'm not going back. Cut, he's back. I'm not taking you to Burma. Cut, he's taking them to Burma. In this one, he's like, there's no fucking ice cream in your goddamn future. Hard cut, they got ice cream. Did they buy that ice cream? I can't see the Firefly family going into an ice cream store and, like, purchasing ice cream. Like, I want the Rudy fucking Tootie. So does that mean they killed more people and we didn't see it? They walked into the ice cream store and killed more people for ice cream? I would think so. Maybe that's a deleted scene and I just didn't see it. Yeah, whatever. So then I like that. William Forsythe, his character, he kills the mother, he, like, guts her like a pig, takes pictures of her to staple them to them later on, which I thought was pretty cool. And then we get this unnecessary scene with Ken Foree and Michael Berryman buying chickens, and I think I heard somebody say it's like a Tarantino scene, and I totally get it. It feels like a Tarantino, like it's attempting, not like it is, it's attempting to be like Tarantino, because that's what he's known for. Like, he'll write scenes where there's just tons and tons of dialogue about shit that's not really necessary or relevant to the plot. We got a whole, like, 2 to 3 minute segment here where they're talking about fucking chickens. This guy's like, you're not gonna fuck this chicken, are you? And then they're just going back and forth, and then he starts talking about, like, well, if you want to fuck a chicken, here's how you could do it. You do this, you cut the head off, and then all the blood could be used as lubricant. You just stick it in there. He's doing all that, like, these, like, charades, like, he's just playing, like, all these hand gestures, like, it's just so over the top. It looks like he has, like, herpes on his fucking lip. He looks disgusting. It's just awful. It's such a dumb, not funny scene. It doesn't need to be in here. Some of you might like it, but I was just like, really? This is what we're doing now? Zombie? Just fucking cut this out. Alright? It's so unnecessary. And then Foree is basically forced to either die or, betray his friends. And he betrays his friends. And you got Danny Trejo and this, like, wrestler-looking dude. He probably is. I love that they take them out and it's, like, easy. It's not even a task. They just go there. They slit this chick's throat cold-heartedly. Like, I don't even think she was involved at all. And then they shoot the other chick's head. They throw Otis right out the window, kick his ass. Like, yes! And we get to see Baby's butt, when she's taking a bath. It's just great. It's like, yes, finally, these assholes get theirs. Like, they get punished. And then we get the whole torture thing. He's, like, nailing nails to Otis's hand. He's stapling them, kicking the shit out of them like his nightstick, electrocuting them. I think he had, like, a cattle prod. Awesome. Great stuff. But this is another thing. I'm sure this is in a lot of movies too. It's like, so you want to light these assholes on fire, but you're going to grant them the opportunity to escape somehow. Why grant that to them at all? It's just stupid. Oh, I'm going to light every section of this house on fire before I get to your room. Like, I'm gonna put gas in this room, that room, everywhere but yours, so that I guess maybe he's thinking more like, I want them to be scared for a while before the inevitable happens. Like, I want them to see the fire coming. Maybe that's it. But just, you already done enough at that point. Just light them on fire. Don't grant them any opportunity to escape. But he does, and they escape because he lets Baby leave the house, like, run, rabbit, run, which was like another callback to the first one. Why? because it's a fun game to him. You know, I'm going to hunt you for sport. You're just giving her an opportunity to escape. And, like, really, the cops that day when they were, like, having that shootout and when they were, like, gathering evidence there, they never saw some 7'6" guy walking around the woods. Get the fuck out of here. He sneaks up on William Forsythe, picks him up, and, like, snaps his neck, like, 180 degrees, like, all the way around. Looks like it was pretty badass. Awesome kill. Sucks that it had to happen to him because I wanted to see these characters die, but that's not going to happen. But wait, it does happen. But does it? Because part 3 says no, but this one says yes, they got shot and killed, but the scene plays out for so long. Like, this scene was directed with a whole song in mind. Like, he was like, I'm going to end this with Freebird, so I need to write like a 6-minute, because that song's long. I'm going to write this 6-minute scene where they're just driving down the road to Freebird, and then when the guns start blazing, that's when, like, the main part of the song's going to start playing. They're having a shootout. It's in slow motion. It's like, come on, let's just stop. Like, that scene doesn't need to be that long. So, yeah, there you go. That's the end of Devil's Rejects. Mr. Howard Warford, best kill in this movie is Forsythe's kill, with the neck twisting. And the Mr. Twig Award for lamest kill is the mom in the hotel, because I thought she was an idiot, and I don't like the CGI blood on her chest. And the Clap Award for best scene will go to the torture scene at the end, because these bastards deserve it. And the Funny Bone Award for funniest moment is when Otis said, like, the next words to come out of your mouth better be some Mark Twain shit, because it's going to be etched in your tombstone. Don't know why, but that line just cracked me the fuck up. So yeah, that was the funniest moment for me. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed my ramblings on Devil's Rejects. I liked it, didn't love it. Could have been better. But yeah, there you go. So what are your thoughts on Devil's Rejects? Put your thoughts of it in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you've seen, hit this like button. And if you want to become a subscriber today, you can do so just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And until next time, I'll be